What's good? It's your boy Tag Money, and today I'm gonna talk about virtual spirituality, which is something that I created, something I've been held to me for a very long time. And I always, when I bring up virtual spirituality, which is my creation, it starts with the paths that I created to represent the virtual spirituality within the metaverse. So when it really come down to it, though, when it really come to the point is that when it comes to the metaverse, it's gonna be a whole new economy, a whole new type of capitalism, a whole new type of way of living inside of the digital environment, inside of fourth and fifth dimensional consciousness in a digital computer sense. You know what I'm saying? Whole nine yards. And that's what the metaverse is, and that's what the metaverse contains of. You know what I'm saying? Which is multi-dimensional type of living, type of way of socializing, type of way to engage in gaming, and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I'm trying to say, because when it comes to natural spirituality or basically new age spirituality, I mean, it's cool and everything, but at the same time, it's very, very difficult, man. It's very, very difficult, especially if you smoke cigarettes like me and, you know what I'm saying, don't have a full breath. And not only that, but it's hard to quit smoking cigarettes. But ever since the metaverse came into the screen, or came into the scene, I mean, I just ended up started thinking about the metaverse. Like, what I'm really basically trying to say is that when it really come down to it, though, I just decided to move my philosophy and everything that I teach and my philosophy into the metaverse. And it's gonna start with Xbox. It's gonna start with me talking about Xbox culture and everything, and also the community as well. It's gonna start with that. It's gonna help me to build a follow up to really gain support within the metaverse. You know what I'm saying? Popularize it, glorify it, what I'm saying? Bringing it to the mainstream media and make it cool. I can make it cool and awesome and really out of this world. So, what I'm saying? Whole nine yards. And because the metaverse got cryptocurrency and NFTs, virtual perks and merch, where you don't have to worry about someone stealing it or borrowing it or trying to get it from you. You know what I'm saying? Because in the metaverse, you might give them a copy of it, but you will still have your own copy of it. So that's called digital copy or duplicates. You know what I'm saying? Whole nine yards. You know what I'm saying? The Second Life had that and everything. So when it comes to virtual spirituality, it deals with the spirituality of the metaverse. It deals with the virtual environments that we will have. Because since the metaverse is going to be huge and bigger than planet Earth, to the point where everybody have no choice but to go to the metaverse. You know what I'm saying? Whole nine yards. So when it really comes down to it, I'm moving my philosophy and my way of life and my way of teachings into the metaverse now, because the simple fact is that's what it's come down to. You know what I'm saying? That's what it basically really come down to, is moving my philosophy into the metaverse. Because when it comes down to my philosophy, it's not blacks pro black or pro white or or even pro Asian. You know what I'm saying? However you want to put it, but when it comes down to my philosophy, though, I gotta, I decided to switch it to the metaverse, because in this world, we didn't choose to become these bodies or choose to live in these countries or choose to be this and be that. So what I'm trying to say is that, we didn't choose to become, this physical way of beings, become who we is today. Like, you in your body and me in my body. You know what I'm saying? What I'm basically trying to say, though, is that in the metaverse, we can choose to whatever we want to become and wherever we want to be. Either a teddy bear or, what I'm saying, a dinosaur, a tiger, or whatever you want to be in the metaverse. Anything that's possible in the metaverse, and that's why I'm taking my philosophy strictly into the metaverse now. You know what I'm saying? That's what it basically come down to. Because, like I said, ever since I was a kid, by being on video games so much, by me being a kid and being on video games so much, what I'm saying, I started fantasizing and started dreaming and fantasizing living in the video game world. I mean, I began having like fetishes of living in the video game world, if you want to put it that way. But I started becoming obsessed with it. I started becoming obsessed with the virtual world, especially with the high graphics and everything. I mean, video games come a long way. Video games have came a long way from 2D to all the way 3D to all the way high definition. definition and everything, with extreme amazing graphics and extreme amazing role play, storytelling and everything else that they got in the video game industry. So when it comes down to my philosophy and virtual spirituality, which is my philosophy now, you know what I'm saying? I'm moving my philosophy into the metaverse now, you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm coming out with these videos. Like I said, I will come out with celebrity feed videos, but people are flagging those videos now. Like, those videos are constantly being flagged. So, you know, it's just, I can't really say too much of that point blank, but, you know, I just want to put my philosophy out there and put my way of thinking out there, the way of life out there. Like, I want to show people that, hey, this is the new reality now. This is the new frontier. Like, once the age of Aquarius or the new world order comes, it's going down there. Basically, we all gonna be sucked into the matrix. You know what I'm saying? We all gonna start be living in the matrix. You know what I'm saying? The metaverse is the matrix, but it's not exactly like the matrix. You know, so the matrix don't show it like it's big or anything. It only shows like a city or whatever. But when it comes down to the metaverse, it's gonna be humongous. It's gonna be big. It's gonna be multitude of people coming. Because the metaverse is basically a Web 3.0, basically internet in the 3D virtual environment way of living, a way of life. You know what I'm saying? And that's what the metaverse is basically, is a 3D virtual environment, to where you can live out your fantasies, your imaginations, your dreams. Everything you can think of can come true in the metaverse. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to follow some conscious people on YouTube. Now they're up there flipping out, coming out with some strange stuff, and I'm like, man, like, now I'm just gonna focus on the metaverse now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I used to have faith in those communities, but man, once they start doing this and doing that and start saying some weird stuff, I'm like, man, hold on, I ain't gonna say no names, but like, one dude got his channel taken down, and I'm like, wow, man. Like, the thing about it is that when you look at people that's in this new age, not new age, but conscious community or whatever they got going on that side or that point of being, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, man, I just don't want to be of this earth. I just don't want to be of this earth, man. Like, this world is breaking down already. This world is already coming to its knees when it comes to sociality and, you know, being social and stuff. Also being mentored by people on YouTube that's not really good mentors no more. You know what I'm saying? It's really just, they lost their mind. I'm not part of the kind of, I am spiritual, but now I want to be virtual spiritual. Like, I want to be of the metaverse now. I want to, you know, be of my avatar in the metaverse. I just want to become of the metaverse, you know what I'm saying? I just don't want to become of this world. Like, the spirit realm is so hard to reach. The spirit realm is so hard to reach. It's hard to reach the spirit realm. I'm going to be honest with y'all. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through spiritual practices and stuff. But not only that, but you go through some serious emotions and serious pain. You will go, and I work, you feel me? I got a job, you feel me? And I can't do all them spiritual practices if I'm going to go through strong emotions. I won't be able to work, go to work and stuff. I might end up losing my job if I do freak out or do mentally ill things, if I do go to work and be all emotional. But what I'm basically trying to say, though, is that when it really comes down to it, though, I just can't do those spiritual practices. Even if I am smoking cigarettes, I wish I didn't smoke cigarettes. I mean, hell, I didn't have a job at first, but I did have spiritual books. I wish I could have done it, but I was still smoking cigarettes, and I'm still smoking cigarettes. So basically what I'm trying to say, though, is that when it comes down to it, man, I want to become of the metaverse now. The metaverse, like, Lucifer basically sees that, you know, it's hard for me to do them spiritual practices. So he see me as I do play video games a lot. This is the simple fact that I'm into esports, and also I like people raging off of games, you know, breaking in keyboards and stuff, or breaking the controllers. He created this metaverse. But at the same time, the metaverse has been around for, basically, Second Life is a metaverse. But when it comes to the metaverse point of being, It's going to be the freaking internet. It's the whole internet being a three-dimensional, I'm not three-dimensional, but fourth and fifth dimensional consciousness. You know what I'm saying? That's what the metaverse is. It's a fourth and fifth dimensional consciousness. You know what I'm saying? Where you could become anything you desire to become. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine if these software video game developers start creating open world video games to the point where they started making it into a metaverse. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I want to say, I want to put out there. So, when it really comes down to it, though, that's one thing I just want to say, you know what I'm saying? Because when it really comes down to it, this is the whole point of the philosophy of what I teach. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything I was teaching was going to be for this world, but now it's going to be for the digital or virtual world. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going to pass it down to the virtual world. Like I said, I'm finna write a book about Xbox. You know what I'm saying? Like, I already got it on my computer right now, but it's going to take a while, though. But at the same time, I think it's going to be over 300 pages, so there's going to be a lot of pages in this. And, you know what I'm saying? I don't get into the esoteric of things of being an Xbox punk and making it your religion in the metaverse and in this universe too, but also in the metaverse, which is most importantly and stuff like that. So that's one thing I want to say, I want to put out there. So when it really comes down to it, though, y'all, it's like when it comes to these conscious community people that's on YouTube, they got accusations on them, they losing their mind, people are, they're freaking out. And I'm like, man, I can't rock like that. I can't rock with those individuals, man. I can't rock with, pro black people. I mean, they just they're losing their mind on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Or, got videos that people got copies of that they can put up to show the receipts and stuff. I know I got plenty of receipts on me, but at the same time, I'm not. But at the same time, I'm not of this world, though. I want to be of the metaverse now. I want to be of the metaverse now. I don't want to be of this world. You feel what I'm saying? And that's one thing I'm trying to say. I want to be of the metaverse. You feel what I'm saying? And that's one thing I'm just basically saying. Like, Xbox is already getting close to embrace the metaverse once it becomes mainstream. Like, right now, it's like it is mainstream because of Facebook. And thanks to Facebook, I know what the term is, but it will become mainstream. But Xbox, gotta have its foot in the door to embrace all these metaverses to be in the Xbox ecosystem. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be VR headsets, it can be through the controller or keyboard. You know what I'm saying? Many things are possible. You know what I'm saying? Many things are possible, which I'm gonna add in the book. So that's what I want to say. I want to put out there. So this is your boy Tad Money. I'm finna sign off, and that's all I want to say. So when it comes down to this world, I don't know. Like I said, I don't care if I don't own things physically. You know what I'm saying? Like the World Economic Forum said, you won't own nothing and be happy. What that really means is that you will be happy in the metaverse to own digital things. You know what I'm saying? Have a digital life, have an avatar family or a digital family. You know what I'm saying? Have a digital life in the metaverse where your dreams can come true. All dreams can come true. You feel what I'm saying? It's gonna take dedication. It's gonna take hard work. But it's time to invest in the metaverse. It's time to invest into the equipment that's gonna help it to make it stable and enhance. And that's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm basically trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Oh, now, y'all, I'd rather own things digitally than physically. That's one thing I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I'm basically trying to say, you know what I'm saying? So I'd rather live in the metaverse than living in this physical world. So, and by the year 2050, you'll be able to transfer your soul or basically your data into the metaverse, and that's one thing I'm happy about. So this your boy Tad Money. I'm finna sign off, and that's all I want to say. So when it really come down to it, I can't wait to live in the metaverse, and I can't wait to live out my experiences in the metaverse and my fantasies and my imagination and everything else. And that's one thing I want to say to this your boy Tad Money.